Hello, my friends. Now, hey, this is truly going to be a short live because I'm tired and I have my back to work here shortly. So I'm going to do this back workout and that'll be that. But this is seriously like something that I've been going back and forth with this for a minute. And I mean, I'm never going to change, so it doesn't matter. I'll change for the better, but you know, I'll post a video that I did on the whole analytics survey type study and everything, but I'm going to tell y'all the most interesting thing about our community. And it is interesting, and it has been, and I've been probably the main one for years who've had to endure that. But why in our community, you know, are you allowed to give compliments, but you're not allowed to critique? This is the strangest anomaly to me in our community that has ever existed, and it's probably the very root of everything that's wrong with our community. We're allowed, you ever notice this? This is like a big ass, you know, I got all the wrong terms to say right now, so I won't say it. But, you know, it's funny, man. You can stroke somebody's ego every which kind of way in this community, and people love you for it, you know? But the moment that you speak on anything that you see wrong in this community, you're a hater, you should mind your business, you should do this, you should do that. And really, you know, I don't know where y'all come from or how y'all come up, but, you know, I've been doing this 20 years, you know, and I know there's people who've been doing it longer. And I'm going to tell you, in no community have I ever seen the sensitivities and the irrational behavior that I've seen in this community. Our community is the most irrational community I've ever seen, honestly. I don't think that we really understand. No, I'll look at it. You know, I was laid up over there. I had the flu, so I took me some days down. I didn't even look at any of the messages. Excuse me. I probably got 50 of them. But, you know, excuse me. You know, our community is one of the strangest communities in that aspect that we don't really understand what we're here for. And that's just being realistic. And it's not insulting the American bully community or whatever you want to call this community with the other breeds that we have. But I've been to several, you know, different places where they show dogs. I've dealt with several different types of dogs. And we are literally the direct opposite of those other communities. And the reason I say that is because, like, say, for instance, when I was in Colombia, and I always like to talk about Colombia because that was the experience where I got to be around the most educated dog people I had ever been around. And the great thing about that day for me is that even as we sat and, you know, and they had the stands and around different rings and different things like that, you had great-minded dog people, most of them way smarter than me about dogs, and their whole conversation was breaking dogs down. The shit was amazing. They was just the whole time like, you know, you see that and you see that, okay, well, look at that, you know, and they were figuring out the small points of what make this dog lose this show. Because, of course, if it's a nice animal, you don't talk about how great everything is on it because that's automatic. You might point out one or two features, but now you're trying to find out what's wrong so you can eliminate something. And, you know, we are so different in that aspect that, you know, in my conversation there, and don't let me drag this on too long, but in my conversation down there, you know, a couple senior judges there, you know, who have judged around the world, they all were telling me the same thing. You as a judge are being judged by other judges and by the people that they see inside the ring. They say you as a handler are being judged. The dog is being judged. What's going on, Jesus? They was like, everything, when you step inside of that ring, everything is critiqued. You have to have a thick skin for that. our community has the thinnest skin I've ever seen. And the most, I think the most incredible thing, and I've even seen it 3 or 4 times a day, even from some of my friends, is we feel like we have to defend everything. We have to defend the judges' decisions. We're offended when people speak about the judges. You know what I mean? We're offended when people speak about the flaws and the insufficiencies in some of the other animals. We're offended when somebody talks about the handler not handling the dog appropriately. We're just totally offended by every single thing that is showing dogs. This is showing dogs. I hate to tell y'all this. This is what showing dogs is. This is like, yeah, Will, wet paper thin, man. It's amazing that you can't speak on anything in this community with somebody not getting their panties up in a bunch about something. It is almost like, do y'all not understand that this is what this is? This is not for me or everybody else in this community to come in here and pat you on the ass and tell you a good job, whether you're doing a good job or not. That is not what dog showing is for. This is competition. And the competition is not against other dogs. It is against the standards of what these animals are supposed to be. So if you take on the realm to be a judge, you are being judged against the standards, because you are being judged against your ability to pick against the standards. So therefore, you can be critiqued. Your dog can be critiqued. The handler being in the proper position and picking a dog that's worth handling, and all of the things that come along with being a handler, they can be critiqued. Why is it in this community that when someone says something is wrong, people feel like they have to get out their pom-poms and now they have to be Captain Crusader for everybody else? When what we are here to do is to find the best and to get to the best. I don't understand this. This is the only community that I've ever seen that if you say something that they deem to be negative, they are more offended at you saying what you've seen with your truthful eyes than they are the action itself that you're speaking on. You people will sit and watch a judge screw over 10 other dogs in the ring and give the dog that obviously was the most flawed dog in that ring a best in show or a best in breed or whatever. Y'all will sit idly by and say nothing. What y'all will do is start inboxing. Or you'll whisper it to somebody. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe she did that. No, I can't believe it. But as soon as somebody honestly comes out and says what you were whispering, now all of a sudden we all take a moral high road, so we think, and we start, well, why do you have to be so negative? Why are you always hating on people? Why are you... No, shut that shit up. A lot of us in this community need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what showing confirmation dogs is. The reason why it is a confirmation show is because if your dog is not conforming to the standard, henceforth confirmation, then your dog is a loser in this confirmation show compared to the other dogs. The only way that we can come to a conclusion if your dog is a winner or a loser in this confirmation show is to critique it. In critiquing, we are criticizing. We are criticizing the things that don't make your dog fit into the standard of this breed. So if you cannot take those situations, you do not belong in a show dog community. My God, it's that simple. This thing is not rocket science. I'm telling you, if you want to be in a place where everybody just tells you great job, or everybody keeps their mouth shut while you bring in some kind of train wreck or whatever, a show dog community is probably not for you. You might just want to go around your neighborhood to people who don't know any better and let them tell you how great your dog is. Or you might just want to only put your picture up and make it to be seen by people that you tag in that shit. And you tag people who are always going to tell you great job no matter what they see. That's probably what you want to do. You probably don't ever want to put your dog in the ring. Or maybe you want to put it in a fun show ring. That's exactly, Will. I seen that as I was saying that you was typing it. That's maybe where you want to be, in the fun show. Because the fun show is the only place that we generally won't critique the dogs because it's fun. So we just, it don't matter if your dog limp a little, high rear, whatever. He just coming in here for to be the best blue dog or the biggest head or whatever. And sometimes you just send a kid in there with the dog and you'll probably get the trophy anyway because it's fun. But if you want true, actual, factual competition, you can't be sensitive. If you want to be a fan of competition, you can't be sensitive. You can't be. Competition means you're going to get criticized. Competition means you're going to lose sometime. Stepping on the stage means somebody's not going to love you. I'm so tired of this participation trophy ass generation where everybody needs a hug and a trophy. Fuck that. That doesn't breed excellence. That breeds below mediocrity. That breeds these damn kids who can't do anything for themselves and feel entitled for everything. And guess what? I understand why these kids act like that because I see how their parents act when they come to dog shows or on a fucking computer. Whether you're my friend, whether you're my family, whether you're somebody who just tuned into this thing, whether you're just a dog person passing through to wonder what I had to say. One thing I promise y'all, I am not going to stop critiquing what I see on open pages in a community. None of y'all ever called me a hater when I'm telling you who the best dogs are. Not one of y'all called me a hater when I said the bear was an excellent example of the breed. Not one of y'all called me a hater when I said Mufasa was an incredible dog. Not one of y'all called me a hater when I put up pictures. Maybe I put up Alonzo today. You know what I mean? I put up several dogs, a day that are nice dogs. No one ever calls me a hater then. Well, let's look at this factually. These are beautiful animals without the flaws and the issues that I call. So even when I put up very, very nice dogs, I'm still telling you that them other dogs is pieces of shit. When I continuously post very nice conformation dogs and dogs that can move and dogs that can breathe, it's still another way of telling you that those little mutants that you see running around here and these high rear, long back, fucked up dogs are still pieces of shit. It's just another language. It's the language without saying it. That's it. But I don't like always saying that language because y'all get too comfortable. And I'm not here to make people comfortable. It's just that simple. This is a confused ass society. Y'all want to complain in private, but y'all got backlash against anybody who says this shit out loud. No, a dog with a fucking kink tail shouldn't be a champion or a grand champion. No, that's stupid. Why y'all mad because somebody said it? No, all the dogs in the ring shouldn't have high rears and long ass backs. That's stupid. Well, why is y'all mad at somebody saying it? Y'all complain when y'all leave the shows. Y'all at the shows at the side of the ring whispering, did you see that shit? But then when somebody says it, all of a sudden, you know what? Let me say something that will stroke the, the anti-negativity heroes to come in here. I know what y'all about. I know what y'all about when y'all do these things, because in private, everybody talks about the issues and the flaws. The people who got the fucked up dogs know that they dogs is fucked up. That's why they be contorting them and pushing them down and doing all these different things to not make them look that way. So why is y'all mad when somebody don't want to go along with the lie? I don't know if y'all know who Petey Green is, but man, back in the day, Petey Green walked out on the stage, the late night show with Johnny Carson, man, and he looked at the crowd, and you know what I mean, and he just told them, y'all ain't ready for P-Funk. He was a social activist, comedian, radio host, you know, the whole thing over there in D.C. And he said, you know, y'all ain't ready for P-Town. And that's the way I feel about the dog community sometimes. Y'all ain't ready for P-Town. Y'all ain't ready for nothing real to come along. You know, even on Johnny Carson's show, a chance for him to make millions and everything else, he walked off the stage because he felt like he was talking to somebody who wasn't ready for what he was ready to put down. Closed minds and weird shit where motherfuckers want to be liked. I don't give a shit about being liked. Give a shit about being right. I got a 12-year-old dog. I know he ain't gonna make it much longer, but I feel like I was right about him. He lived 12 years. He's still getting hated on. After everybody who done battled him over a decade is dead and gone. Now, I can't tell you he was the best dog out of all of his competitors and all of his people who just couldn't stand his gut. But the one thing I could tell you is he was the lone one that lasted the longest. And I don't give a shit what you talking about. Most things in the world, longevity is considered victory on a lot of levels. I want dogs to have longevity. I want dogs to be great for a long time. I want a community that can be great for a long time. And the only way that this community can be great for a long time is if we start actually critiquing ourselves and stop being sensitive and shoot for something that's so much better than what we've been doing. I want better dogs. I hope y'all want better dogs. I don't just want to talk to, man, truth can never be hate, Jesus. You got that shit right. I don't, you know, I'm not never telling y'all I'm the best breeder. That's why I'm so pumped up to try to do some breedings, and I got a nice setup and everything now that I can really get back into my stuff because I'm behind, you know, a couple years on what I wanted to do. I'm striving for excellence, but that don't mean, you know, everything goes back to compare his dogs. Man, most of y'all shit y'all comparing my dogs to, I'll tell y'all flat out, all the dogs that I talk about, I wouldn't take nothing off of them. Why do y'all think I don't ever breed to them? This is what I'm talking about because we operate on two different levels. True dog men operate on a level of excellence. We judge ourselves on how excellent we can be, how great we can make the next big thing, and not big thing in the sense of how many people is going to applaud, but how close am I getting to that ultimate dog that's going on in here. Michael Jordan once said it, you know what I mean? They asked Michael Jordan, how is it that you stay better than everybody? You know, and Michael Jordan say, the thing of it is that everybody is competing with me of where I'm at. I'm competing with me on where I can be. That's where we need to have that mindset. It ain't a dog out there right now in the whole entire world that can beat the dog that I got up in here. That's really what I'm competing with. Do I admire some of the dogs that are out there right now? Do I even admire some of my own dogs? Yes, I love some of my own dogs. I think they're nice dogs, but they can be better. The dog that I got in my head, can't nothing beat him. Can't nothing beat him. He the bulliest of the bulliest, tightest of the tightest, confirmation of the confirmation, just a bad mother. Shut your mouth. That's what we going for. But most people can't do that because that shit scare them. It scare them. Greatness scares a mediocre motherfucker. I'm going to tell y'all that. It scares them. It scares them. You ever seen a man? We know people like this. Even if it's a basketball player, or even if it's even if it's a football player, athletes. You know, it's always an athlete that in practice just lights out. Lights out. They can do everything. He can throw that bitch. He can shoot that bitch. Whatever you want him to do, he can do it. But when the lights come on and it's time to be great, he can't do none of that. It's not because his abilities went away. It's because he's afraid of greatness. People will sabotage themselves because they're afraid of greatness. They're afraid to take that step off that cliff and see if I can really do this shit. So instead of taking that step off that cliff with the risk of falling on your face, they would rather lower the cliff. we'll all take a step on level ground. And that's what we've been doing. We've been lowering shit so we don't have to worry about the fall. But you ain't gonna never reach greatness that way. This community lowered everything so that everybody could play. I'm being realistic with y'all. Ain't no competition is supposed to be where everybody can win. Now, in the sense of, yes, we all have the opportunity to win, but greatness means that it could only be one. The only way you can have that level is when you put something up there and make it hard for everybody to have to go get it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Everybody who's watching this video right now, y'all should want y'all dogs to be able to kick my dogs' asses. Y'all should want to be able to go over y'all dogs with a fine tooth comb and kick my dogs' asses, because guess what? I want to kick y'all dogs' asses. That's what the competition is about. This shit ain't personal. A lot of y'all is my personal friends, you know what I mean? Me and Jesus been tight for years. I still wanna kick his dog's asses. I don't want Jesus' dogs to be better than mine in 5 years. That's what the fuck we here for, friend or not. It's friendly competition. If he start beating me, I might have to steal one of his dogs and try to make something better with his own shit. But that's the way it goes. This is what competition is. Not me just going over there and telling everybody whose dogs is mediocre, oh yes, that's so great. And then I tell the great dogs, oh yes, that's so great. Then we tell the really fucked up dogs, oh yeah, that's pretty great too. So now we can all be great and nobody has to risk stepping off the cliff. That's bitch shit. I don't live like that. I'm not gonna direct no community like that. It's just the reality. I'm not going to direct no, y'all excuse my language, but it's sort of late and shit. I'm ready to go into the gym. The caffeine is working. I'm not going to be a part of directing no bitch shit. I'm a competitor. The reason why I used to get in that ring is because I wanted to knock somebody the fuck out. But I did risk getting knocked the fuck out. I've never been knocked out. I've been choked out when I started doing this dumbass MMA shit. But that's what you have to do. I literally probably got like another 7 years before I'll even be a black belt. So I'm probably going to get choked out another couple hundred times. So what? I ain't go all the way out, though. I tap. I ain't one of them warriors like that. And you ain't going to just choke me out for the fun of it. If we was in competition, I go to the end. But once I know I'm got, I tap, reset. But so I ain't never really been all the way out. But I just, boy, oh boy. I've been in some predicaments. But that's competition, though. You know, I'm telling you. Y'all, excuse me. Getting over this damn flu. But that's why this community annoys me so badly, is because we got a bunch of soft-ass bitches that's just so scared to compete with each other. And when I say compete, I mean really compete. Compete by the rules, you know? Compete by the rules. Imagine watching the NFL and they just allowed the receiver to run into the crowd and loop around everybody and run back to the... You know, imagine if the lineman could just come off the line and tackle the defensive ends. Oh, no, you can't get no sack. I'm just going to tackle you. What the fuck? The shit that makes a sporting event great is the rules. The rules make the sporting event great because this sets the bar of you got to excel within these lines. This is the only community where there are no lines and everybody is so sensitive that they don't want it to be any lines. We don't want to talk about judges when they mess up the picks. Why not? If y'all ever see me step in that ring and I'm judging and I screw it up, let me know. Let me know. If you really think that I was a terrible judge that day and I just picked a train wreck of a dog, let me know. Let my judges know. I'm going to let them know. Because this is a community. We in this shit together. That's it. That's it, Hen. Hold everybody accountable. Ain't nobody better than nobody. The only way we can make this sport realistic in what it is that we all get held accountable. You're not getting no pat on the back for mediocre bullshit. That's shit's dead. If you offended by somebody telling the truth about the dog, the judge, the show, the whatever, then you know what I mean? Start having fun shows. Buy trophies for every single dog. Let everybody get a trophy, and y'all can all go jack each other off. But that ain't how I get down. I want competition. I want winners, and I want losers. It's very important to have losers. It's very important to have losers. I've been losing the last fucking 2 years. But when you find a different kind of animal, losing ain't nothing but food. Losing ain't nothing but protein. Losing ain't nothing but caffeine. Losing ain't nothing but gasoline. When you find the right kind of animal, losing will make that motherfucker come back 10 times stronger and ready to destroy something. That's what a real winner is about. A real winner gonna take loss after loss after loss after loss and keep coming and coming and coming and coming, and eventually he gonna get your ass. That's what a real winner is about. A real winner ain't about winning every show and everybody kissing your ass. That's not what a real winner is about. A real winner is about that grind. A real winner is about that grind. And this community ain't got no grind. You got sorry ass bitches that's mixing in dogs here and there and left and right. Nobody will make anybody take a DNA test. We got judges lying and taking payoffs and putting dogs up that they know ain't supposed to be put off. We got clicks and all these favorites. And man, ain't nobody grinding. You just gotta get hooked up with the right folks and you can run everything, man. Absolutely, you learn from a loss. Like I say, why do y'all think, man, shit, I'm just being realistic with y'all. Why do you think that I turned around after this year, after these last couple years, and went and got a bunch of experts to help me with the TBKC? I got tired of losing. I got tired of relying on people that I couldn't rely on. I got tired of fucking shit up myself. I said, you know what? The loss taught me along the way how to grind and come back for something way, way colder. Now, yeah, the folks I got ain't no play around people. So now we gonna redo everything. Y'all gonna be looking at it like, what happened there? Who's running this shit? Microsoft? It ain't gonna, y'all see me still on here talking, but the TBKC ain't gonna look nothing like me because it's time to win. I love losing. I just love winning a little more. But the loss gonna always fuel it. But this community is so scared of anybody telling them that they're not great. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Thomas Edison failed, 1,100 times? But that one time that he got it right, we had lights. Let that sink in. What kind of motherfucker was he that you failed 1,100 times, but that one time, if you tell somebody that shit, they'll laugh at you. You gonna lose 1,100 times, but you gonna win once. But oh, what a win. Ain't nobody right now, shit, we got electricity, we ain't thinking nothing about the 1,100 times that motherfucker messed up. You know what I mean? And I actually hooked up with a brother and made the light even better. You know what I mean? It means it's even after he won, he had to go to somebody else and they win again together and make it even better. That's a part of the grind. Greatness come from that type of grind. Greatness to come from that type of grind. Over and over and over and over again. We in the microwave society where y'all see these successful ass people and things and y'all see, oh, he's just great. He's just great, man. They lost. They lost along the way 1,000,000 times. Yep, Jesus, you hitting that shit on the head. They lost 1,000,000 times along the way. Why can't we be like that in the dog community? This is why our dog community is so mediocre, because it's not a grind to this no more. It's not a level. Yeah, if you let me write this book, maybe Mufasa wins one of those, but the bear wins, should probably be the champion 3 years in a row. You know why he should be the champion 3 years in a row? Because he's been the best dog 3 years in a row. And that raises the bar. Somebody got to make a dog better than this motherfucker. Or somebody got to bring the dog that's better than this motherfucker. Not we gonna just hand shit over just because we want to play a political game. And this is why after the show, people are sitting there and hey, Mark, you better be in the lab hard. You better be. I seen that though. You got to keep me posted on that one you showed me. Yeah. But that's what it's about. I'm in the lab hard. I'm over here like, I got my little white jacket on, couple little pencils in the pocket, and I'm shaking shit. Yeah. But that's the fun part. You know what I mean? It's the fun part of when you got good people and good breeders in the lab and we shooting for something and we striving for something because we pushing each other. I mean, I'll be honest with y'all, I want to win, but I don't really compete no more. But I'm competing with that dog I was telling y'all about in my brain. But honestly, I want to see more and more people win. Because the more that folks is winning, the more that bar get raised. Mark come with a couple badass dogs and raise the bar. Guess what I got to do? I got to go back to the lab. Jesus got to go back to the lab. Everybody got to go back to... Damn it, then somebody knock him off. Now we got to go to the lab. And it's cool because it's a lot of losses along the way for everybody. But when that shit keep doing like this, look where the breed is going. Look where the breed is going. That's the way you do this shit. That's the way you do this shit. When the level is being raised higher. Now you just like, oh my, shit's getting serious. What's going on, Ramos? This is what this whole thing is about, man. We are not here to coddle each other. Everybody should be broke down in this community. I'm going to tell y'all that again, man. Everybody. From the smallest dog to the top level of everything, man. We can't be afraid of failure. Like I say, man, I've been failing for the last few years. I don't get on here and cry every time something in my life don't go right or something didn't go right here or somebody sending me lawsuit papers about this fucking registry and all this shit. Because it is what it is. You learn from that shit. And along the way, you learn who the people in your corner is. You learn who the people who was fake with the shit is. You learn who the people is who was all the time wanted to breed exotics, but they was just looking for something to go, you know what I mean? And I see certain people, like Mark said, he in the lab. You know what I mean? I've seen a bunch of good breedings going on, and that shit give me like, yeah. I love to see what I'm seeing going on some levels, but where y'all gonna show at? That's why I talk about all this shit. Hen, you right. Bring your ass correct or go home. A new level. You know what I mean? You think about this, and I'm going to say this before I go because I really do need to go in here and work on my back. But think about this. I've seen a lot of beautiful breedings that is about to go down this year. I've seen some people make some good-ass pairings. But this is the most ironic part. It ain't just the ABKC, but every week we complain about show results. We complain about some of the breedings we see. We complain about all these things, you know. But we've made this community where you feel like you have to just be so silent and, oh, I don't say that publicly because whatever. Nah, man. What we gonna keep doing? Go and support and be a part of the damn circus that we always been a part of and not show outrage? I feel like everybody in this community should be held accountable for whatever's going on, including myself. I've been holding myself more and more accountable. But if people in this community are scared to speak up and scared to speak on what they see, judges gonna keep being fucked up, the dogs gonna keep on being fucked up, these shows gonna keep on being fucked up, and one thing for certain is the community is gonna be fucked up. We control our own destiny. I'm not telling everybody they got to go show at the TBKC, you know, or whatever. Hopefully some of y'all come out and we do our thing and have fun. But the truth of the matter is that the American Bully breed is bigger than just one registry. It's all around the world. The tone, if you truly care about this breed, you need to set the tone. This is showing dogs. Everybody has a voice. The truth is not hating. Now, if I call your dog a high rear ass dog and your dog's ass is as flat as, then I'm hating. But if I call a spade, please don't tell me I'm hating. Please don't tell nobody else they hating, because that's feeding into the way our community has become now, is that we have struck such a fear in people to speak their mind and to speak truthfully about what they see, that right now everybody covers up everything. This is why you have idiots running the asylum. This is why y'all see so much of what y'all see going on at shows, is because they feel free to do it because the community is scared to speak. They have brainwashed our community in such a fashion that even the people who are against confirmation Rex don't want you to speak on that publicly. We can do it in our DMs. We can do it in person. We can sit side by side at the show and be like, can you believe that shit? We can talk about it back at the hotel, but don't say that shit publicly, because now it's a problem. No, it really needs to be said publicly, because you don't know who's listening. It might be somebody who's looking to learn a lesson, or who are just being introduced to our community and really don't know that what they just seen was some BS, and to keep them away from doing the same BS and making our breed worse and worse. Honesty and clarity up front, you know what I mean? What they call it, transparency, is a mother. But man, it's been nice talking to y'all, man. Let's keep raising this bar, man. As I told y'all, I got meetings, good meetings this week, hopefully. I'm still working on getting as much help as I can. I actually had an analytics survey dude doing some work. I talked about that I'll post that video. And, I got a marketing team coming up. Meeting with an internet company this week that would do a lot of things, but my main concern is getting the website to where I really needed to be. Not throwing no shade at anybody, but I just think we can take things a little bit higher than what we've been taking them, man. But it's all about making it better, making things faster, making things a lot better for our community, and basically getting shit together, man. I actually, after I do this back workout, I got to go home and do one of the breedings. I've been breeding for a month straight now. Let's hope I finally have the success that I've been looking for, But I hope all y'all had the success y'all been looking for, man. But keep raising the bar, man. Keep, be a voice in this community. Be a voice for what's right in this community. Speak up for these dogs. Don't just speak quietly and say that you love the breed and don't be willing to put your ass on the line for it. If you see some bullshit, man, call some bullshit. I'm not saying y'all got to argue with everybody, but call a spade, man. Put the light out there. Put the pressure on people to start doing this thing the right way, because if you ain't a part of the solution, you damn sure a part of the problem. But man, until next time, man, I'll catch up with y'all. I'm going to be going live at least a few times a week and until the radio show is back on, and then we can get on our topics for 2 hours, 2 nights a week. All right, until next time, God bless all y'all. Peace.